The more comfortable a person is in a language, the more we all know that they can really say certain things.
So we're going to go to one of your sniper positions.
¿Toman Bitcoin? No. Okay. ¿Toman Bitcoin? No. Okay.
How do you feel right now?
Sometimes a certain emotion or a certain key detail of a person's story or life is really told best in their native language. Hi, my name is Sandra Lilley. I'm managing editor of NBC Latino, and we're here to talk about bilingual reporting.
Con algunas condiciones. Claro,
Being bilingual and being able to use bilingual and bicultural skills is a remarkable way to really get at a new story. You can connect more with a person. There are things that a person may be able to tell you in their native language that they may not be able to say in English. It gives you more of an added dimension to the story.
Gracias, abuela.
Let's talk about news gathering versus reporting when it comes to bilingual skills. For news gathering, being bilingual does not have to be as formal or as rigorous. You don't have to be perfectly bilingual to be able to use it in news gathering. I think that when you're using it for news gathering purposes, you can be casual, but the important thing is be realistic about how bilingual you are and whether you'll be able to understand the person and whether the person will be able to understand you. If your goal is to report bilingually, whether it be on the air or whether it be, in writing, this is a different ballgame now.
Right now, I'm standing at one of 3 water facilities here in Winter Park, Florida, ya que en plantas como esta no hay suficiente oxígeno líquido para potabilizar el agua de la ciudad.
First of all, it's because it's expected that when we do journalism, whether it be on camera or whether it be in writing, that we are absolutely correct when it comes to grammar, when it comes to idioms, when it comes to usage, expressions. We don't want to sound like we don't know the language well. So it takes it up to a different bar, and it has to be, you have to have a really strong command of both the written word and the spoken word. So here are some practical tips for bilingual news gathering. The first thing you should do is identify yourself to a person and tell them how you are bilingual and bicultural. One of the first things you have to do is be clear about the fact of how bilingual you are. Identify yourself. Say, I grew up speaking it, or I studied it in school, or I studied for a semester. So the person that you're interviewing sort of gauges the level that you're at. Make sure you ask the person if they want to speak in English or in their native language. Just because a person is Latino or Haitian or Asian American does not mean that they do not want to speak in English, and we need to know how familiar they feel in what language. So make sure you ask that. And don't be afraid also to make that connection and make it casual. If you miss a word, smile. Oops, I forgot that one. Maybe you can help me out. Remember that news gathering is all about making someone comfortable and trying to get the story right. Bilingual reporting is a step up. It's a different thing than just news gathering. Es importante que tengan esa autoridad para hacer reportajes bilingües, especialmente en cámara. Tienen que tener esa autoridad que ustedes sí saben esos 2 idiomas muy bien. People expect not perfection, but they expect that clarity. And the second thing is that there is a big difference between something that you're doing on camera and a conversation and writing.
Está saludable, está difícil trabajar duro para cumplir tus metas, ¿no?
Claro, hay que trabajar duro, hay que trabajar fuerte y más.
Writing, when you're doing translations in writing for a piece, let's say you're translating a piece from Noticias Telemundo to NBCnews.com, takes a lot longer than you think, especially for print stories, for digital stories, it takes longer. Give yourself time. And you have to understand that not every word translates from one language to the other. You adapt the sentence, and it takes a lot longer than you think.
Que él me pone como en Spanglish.
Here's some practical tools that you can use when you are gathering information or reporting bilingually. Number 1, always have on hand either your handy iPhone, or if you think you're going to be in a place where you may not have connectivity, a dictionary. It's sometimes very important to be able to just check that one word, especially if it's a technical term or a word that you just forgot in that language. So always have with you access to a dictionary so you can quickly check a term. Number 2, write things down. If you are doing an interview with someone, you want to make sure that you get things right, especially some of the key things like the person's name, the person's key things, some of the important facts that they're giving you related to a news story. So just write it down. And at the end of the interview, say, hey, do you mind checking? Did I get your name? Do you spell it like this? Did I get this right? That way, you'll get the story straight and they'll appreciate the fact that you got it right. And third, it's really, really good to record the interview. It's very different from a transcription app. That is dangerous because transcription apps, especially if you're trying to go from one language to another, will muddle words and they will sometimes get the words wrong, and you don't want that. So it's a good idea to record when you're doing an interview with someone in a different language, but do it just regular recording. Don't rely on a transcription app. There's a real value in bilingual news gathering and reporting, and a lot of people may be put off or intimidated because they feel like, oh God, if I don't know a language enough, or people are going to make fun of my accent. But you know what? You're going to miss out a lot, and so are the people that look or read your stories. So don't be afraid if you're bilingual and bicultural. There are many ways that you can use it, and it can be a great tool for your reporting.